Happy New Week, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Africana. My name is Clara Rinchuni and I am your host. This podcast is all about freedom, freedom in mind, freedom in our lives. I have anchored my life in Christ. So a huge part of the podcast is about freedom in Christ. However, when we come to the freedom in mind, we talk about counseling and mental techniques, therapeutic techniques that help you live a better life, a life that you are proud of, and a life that you define in your own ways. And that is in itself an element of freedom. So I bring in a lot of counseling conversations in this segment, and I welcome you to this episode. If this is the first episode you're watching in 2026 for Africana, I want to invite my guest and ask her to introduce herself again.
Thanks. It's such a pleasure to be here today. I'm excited. I'm really excited about what we're going to discuss.
Yeah.
So I am Kawiria and I. Professionally, I'm a marketing and communication specialist. Currently in the oil and gas sector. And I'm also a counselor in training and looking forward to practicing. Once I'm done with training, or even as I'm doing it, because you have to do practice here and there to be able to perfect the art. And also one of my favorite things is that I'm Clara's sister.
Hey.
So I'm looking forward to what we'll be discussing today.
Great. Thank you so much. Actually, that's one of my key achievements in life, is to be related to you. Like, I made it. But it's an honor. But today we'll actually mix those two, the sister element and also the counseling element. I want to invite you to watch the episode that we did last week. We'll link it somewhere here and you'll be able to see it. I suggest you watch it first. It'll give you a lot of context into Kawe's journey. We eased into the conversation first, We did a warm-up, like stretches, we were stretching, getting into the hang of things. From then till now. And this particular episode, we are talking about the power of the mind and how the body responds to the mind. And sometimes we see ourselves as separate entities. Sometimes you're like, for my body, I'm going to do this. For my mind, I'm going to do this. For my heart, I'm going to do this. But we forget sometimes the interconnectedness of it all, how sometimes the mind is the beginning, that's why you do the laboring sometimes more often than not. So I want us to start there. What are the things that, you discovered, or rather, how have you discovered the mind and the body relating in a way that you didn't know before? So pre-counseling Kawe and in counseling Kawe, in training Kawe, because I'm like, when you say in counseling, it's like you're a permanent client, but no, as in in training Kawe, shed lights.
Actually, one of the exciting things that we learned in training is the structure of the brain. But I won't go into that. The scientific bit of it. I will go to this other side, the feely side. Like, the scientific is the scientific side. But one thing that I would say is that what I learned from the scientific side is that there's that connection, and it's there. Like, how your brain works sort of impacts everything about you. Like, all the things are communicated downward into your body. So that's an important note to just have in mind. But then now when you come to this other side, like now where you are as a human, like how you think, how you feel, and how you behave, I was like, it all starts in the mind. So I was saying, when someone asks you, what are you thinking when you're doing that? And sometimes we take it so lightly, but it's such a heavy question, because what you are thinking really informs how you do everything. It informs how you feel. It then influences how you behave on the external, right? And another thing I've noted is that when you're interacting with someone, people don't see what is happening inside. They see what is being displayed, like on the external bit of it. But before you do something, or before you act on something, the processes that have taken place inside, and so for me, I think the mind is a very powerful tool. And it's important to be able to be aware of what is going on within your mind, and control what is going on within your mind. I know I feel like it's one of those things that it's easy to say, but hard to do. And I can see even in my own personal life, that it's not been easy. So that there are moments, like as an adult, especially, like even as a child, you're in school, or you're doing. Let me talk from the like work, school point of view, where you just like you entertain thoughts that are self-defeating thoughts, where you think, I'm not good enough, I'm not catching on with this, I'm not very smart, or am I capable of doing this? And those things it's almost like you become, I don't know, like, what's the word that I can use? Incapacitated. Like, you're just like, okay, I'm here, but I don't think I'm the right person for this thing. And it holds you back from, like moving, or like doing things for your life. And I feel like the more you entertain those thoughts, how you end up feeling in situations. So, like, I know before you sit for exams, you're like so anxious. You're just like, that time you've read, you're so knowledgeable. You know everything. You are attending classes, but before the exams, you're just, like, you're just shaking in your pants. You're like, man, I'm not ready for this. Then the exam comes, and you saw like how it displays. When your mind is not okay, then it displays. And so, like, how it displays outside is either through you being very anxious, so you don't present yourself well. Maybe you have a defeatist attitude. Maybe your boss has come to you and they're like, oh, you need to do this project. And in your mind, you're like, why did they even choose me? I'm not, am I even ready for this? Then how you feel is that you're like, I think you feel scared, or you feel like you're not ready for it. And the behavior that you display is that maybe you can have an attitude towards it. You can end up refusing something that they had seen that you're capable of doing it, and that's why they reached out to you. So I think the mind is a very powerful tool. It influences how you display yourself to the public. So it's important to like just hold on to those thoughts and see like, how can I change these thoughts into something more positive for myself? It's something that I think someone can teach themselves. I am teaching myself. I'm learning how to do that. So it's not like even I've had issues with, like just how I think of myself, how I think of myself in the environment that I'm in. So it's, like train. And I would say even like, sitting in therapy now during training, because that's one of the prerequisites. You have to like do 8 hours, actually 15 hours in total, but 8 hours in the beginning. It's something that you get to realize. You're like, oh, what about myself? What are the things about myself that I need to improve in? And for me, that was one of the things. Like, I used to think I'm such a positive person, which, by the way, I am to others. Like I'm an encourager. I mean, I'm like, guys, you can do this, you can go. But even for myself, sometimes I sit back, and in some situations, I would end up thinking that, wow, like, this is so crazy, this is hard. Like, do I even want to do it? And so I'm learning how to shift those thoughts into more positive thoughts. And then so that I can be able to also display a behavior that will enable people to even want to, like work with me, to give me projects, to consult me. Like even when it comes to like now this counseling thing, you don't want to work with someone who doesn't believe in themselves.
Yeah, so, you're like, hold up. Do you have issues in you?
And where does believing in yourself start?
Yeah,
it starts in the mind.
Yes, true. Yeah. Okay, I want to dwell there a bit. So you said that there are things that you're doing to help you be more positive in your mind. Maybe you can share what that looks like, because sometimes it's like, just do it. It's like, how? And saying you can do it, but like how? What does that look like on a day-to-day basis? What are the small things that maybe you've started practicing? It doesn't even have to be many. You can even just give one, and I think it'll give people a rough idea of something they can start doing, simple, not requiring, a thesis or anything, but it's something I can do now. I can do the next hour, or when I'm watching this video and I'm just thinking thoughts that are not good. Don't think thoughts that are not good. But yeah, just give that example.
I like how you've broken it down. How you so when you ask a question, when it comes, it's like such a big thing, like what do you do? And I'm like, what do I actually do? But the fact that you're saying that it's just like this simple things. And so first of all, that's how I started looking at things. So I think I used to I make things very big. So it feels like it's too much to chew. It's like I'm looking at the plate, actually not the plate, I'm looking at the pan. And I'm just like, ooh, how am I going to take all this? So it's like about, it's serving in portions. Usually say serve small portions. So even when so how I do it practically is that nowadays I look, when a problem comes or something comes, instead of looking at it from the bigger picture only, I try to break it into small, sizable bits. I'm like, okay, this is a big problem. I'm trying to think of an example that I can give. Actually, okay. Do you have?
I have an example, but it's not a problem. How I approach tasks. Like you see how I was showing you my to-do list for the day. So when I know I have a task, I start slotting time to think about the task. So like maybe on Tuesday, I'll think about how to do the report. But it's just thinking, like, how would I want the report to look like? I'm just looking. But I know the report is due in 3 weeks or something. Then on Wednesday, I'm like, look at templates. Then try and collate that template into a really nice template. Then I'm like, gather information. I mean, so by the time I'm sitting down to like do it, bruh, like 90% of the work is done. But to translate it into, for me, an activity that immediately I learned about it, I started doing it and it changed my life, was thought stopping. If I think a thought that is an anxiety inducing thought, I'm like, stop it. Literally, I tell myself, stop thinking that. And then when I stop the thought, I replace that thought with an idea that is the opposite. So sometimes I can be like, so yesterday, as we were sharing, we slept late. I slept late, she also slept late. And I remember part of what I was anxious about, or I was worried about, even when I was going to sleep, was if I sleep for 3 hours, tomorrow morning, how will my eyes look? How will my energy be? I don't want to be like groggy. And then also the way we set up, we shoot during the week. So I have to also do my work, like I do my full work day, and still be able to slot this hour in the day. So I was like, Lord, tomorrow I can't take a nap. But I know I need my energy. I need my energy to work. I need my energy for the shoot. I need my energy to also show up for life. Like, you know, you don't go to the gym and your trainer is like, damn. What's going on? I want to be me, you get? Yeah. So I felt the fear. I felt the thought that, what time is this? It's 1. Tomorrow unamka saa ngapi? 4. Utakwa. This is what will happen. That was a negative thought because I had not yet lived today. So I said, you know what? That's not true because the day hasn't even started. So I turned that thought into a different. So for me now, because I am a believer, I turn it into a prayer. So I'd say, God, right now, realistically, when I look at the stats, 1 a.m., I'm even talking to you at this 1 a.m. So meaning I'll sleep at 1:10 or 1:05. And I'll wake up at 4. Those are 3 hours. Realistically, I feel like tomorrow is already doomed before it starts. But I feel like you have power over my body and you have power over my day. So I asked God, in these 3 hours, I know it's possible. You're a miracle worker. In these 3 hours, make the sleep work. Make it feel like I've slept. Actually, that was my prayer. I was like, Lord, make me feel like I've slept a full night, even though I've slept for 3 hours. Help me wake up with zeal, because then at that 4, we usually have a group prayer with some people I serve with. So I was like, help me do that outside of the bed. Like, that when I wake up for real. And I went to sleep. When I woke up, my prayer was like, Lord Jesus, thank you for waking me up. Now I need strength. I need strength. And I don't want to take coffee because I'm also trying to wean myself out of coffee. I'm like, Lord, give me strength to be able to show up well in these prayers, to go to the gym and be happy, to come to the shoot and be happy. I want to be myself. I don't want to look like the reality, you understand?
I don't want to look like my problems.
I don't want to. And I was like, you know what? I actually believe that you've done it because I'm awake. I'm even praying. I'm not dozing. I was like, great. I jumped into the shower. I took a shower. Fast forward, I'm here.
And you look fresh, by the way.
Period. Also, thanks. My sister bought this for me. But that is the power of stop the thought that you don't want to manifest. And then now replace that thought with an outcome you want to be real. Create that outcome. So if right now it's January, I hope that everyone is okay. Today is January 8th. Maybe you took leave and now you're going back to work next week. When you have those feelings like, oh my God, stop them. You know, you've not stepped into the job to know that it's going to be hard, that January is going to be long. I feel like you can always. So that's one way, in my own strength, I do.
Umefanya.
Okay.
Explain vizuri, actually. Another thing I've been thinking about, because during the sessions with my therapist, like how they sort of teach you techniques. There's some things that she mentioned. So like and I've learned them in class now. So the figure in the ground and the empty chair. You know, sometimes you feel like in situations you need closure, you know, but no one is giving you that, I don't know, they're not giving you that thing for getting the closure. So for instance, maybe you and a friend have had a fallout, or maybe you and your partner, you know, or maybe at work you and a colleague, and you're like, I want to understand why they did what they did, or you know, why they said what they said. And it's like that person is not going to give you that chance. Or maybe they're just like, I'm done with you. And
or you want them to understand why you did how the reason I responded this way. Now mtoto amesema Z.
You know, before I used to think that I need to look for this person, and you know, we just talk it out. And now I'm learning that you don't have to. you can be able to share your thoughts with the person without the person being there. Like, I can talk to you without you existing.
Yeah.
I will be like, this is the reason why I did that. So just getting it out of your system so that you're not carrying this burden, that is unnecessary. And there's nothing you can do about that. So it's out of your so it's almost like bringing what is out of your control into your control. So it's it's about you. It's about you and how you're reacting and how you're behaving. And I feel like learning that I'm practicing, so I'm not carrying unnecessary burdens with me. And then also understanding that issues will always be there, problems will always be there. And in some circumstances, like there's the one that is there's the issue, there's the presenting issue, and that's the one that you deal. And then when you deal, it goes to the background, and then something else comes up. So I think it made me just more aware, because sometimes you can feel so overwhelmed. You're dealing with like 10 things. You're like, wow, work is like this, home is like this, I don't know, my parents, my sister, like you're just so many things. But it's like, what is the thing that is happening right now? Okay, take this thing, let me deal with it. And I guess that goes back to the like biteable things, like doing things, taking a bite that you can be able to actually chew and then swallow. So I feel like you take the issue that is currently presented and where you're at, and then the rest, just let them be at the background, deal with it, and then so it sort of makes you also calmer. It makes you less reactive. Yes. Which in turn now that makes you a bit more peaceful. Yes. Yeah.
I agree with you. And actually, as you were saying that, it's so interesting how sometimes without that insight, someone who might be practicing that might look very nonchalant or very either nonchalant or naive or aloof. But they're not aloof. They're just like, guys, the kitchen is burning. Let's zima the fire and then I'll figure out the ringing phone. You get what I mean? But I feel like sometimes there's a demand from people to attend to every pressing need. Like, attend to every pressing need with intensity. But that's not wise, and that's not healthy. And I think now those skills, like the figure and the ground, come into play also in helping us know that it's not that I've lingered this issue I have. I know I have the issue, but like right now, I am homeless. I mean, you get what I mean?
Yeah, let's deal with me.
Let's deal with getting me into, or like sometimes where like you're in between jobs and you don't have income. It's like, don't you think I want to work on myself? I do. I just don't have the money. You get? Actually. Right now, I just need to survive this window. And there's a way you behave and there are things that you do in that time that make it look like you're not suffering enough. Like, are you not looking? Why are you not stressed? I'm like, let me focus on this. I understand that there are these other issues. Maybe I need to invest. I need to have savings. But it's like, you're talking to, where's the money to? Like, it's like sometimes having that confirmation and having that understanding, it's true, it really gives us more hope for tomorrow that Sija, I've not lost it. I'm just actually doing what is healthy and sustainable. And as you were speaking about the mind and, having positive thoughts, I think we've covered the aspect where the individual can do it for themselves. But as we say, not we, like, it's just me and you. We usually say, mganga ajigangi. Like, for me, there are some things that I feel are overwhelming for me. And then I apply the strategies that I've learned in that particular thing. It's not working. I even go and be like, maybe I should take a walk, or maybe I should like do Zumba. You know how you're like to get the nini out, but you're like, I still feel like that thought is still like haunting me. And for me, I usually call to ask for help. Like I call you a lot. I can even give an example. Last year, I got an opportunity, and the time I found out that I got the opportunity, friends and family, I was spiraling. I was really spiraling. I'm like, okay, this is great news. But after that meeting, I was like, oh my God, am I going to be prepared? What am I going to say? I'm like years younger than the people I'll be traveling with. We'll be spending a whole week together. I mean, you know, if it's like you go and then you come back, it's like different. But a whole week together, doing things together, going to people's homes and whatnot, I was just feeling like, I don't know if I am mature enough. Like, I don't know if I present, you know.
Like, what am I going to be talking about?
What am I going to say? What am I going to say? I don't know if I sound intellectual. Yeah, what do I wear? Like, how do you have high-level conversations? God forbid. I really don't like that high-level thing. Like, no, sorry, I've digressed.
Though, but like,
like when people say, like high-level meeting, I'm like,
how people say it or perceive it. Actually,
yes, how people perceive
and like
it.
What it is. It's not. People perceive it as such an unattainable thing or something that is beyond, you know. And I'm just like, they're humans.
They're human beings like you
who want to actually connect and interact with you just as much as you want to do with them. And I think that's, for me, how I started looking at it. I was like, instead of looking at someone as so, you know, like way above me or way older than me, I just think that this person just wants to connect with me as much as I want to connect with them. I want to learn from them just as much as they want to learn from me. Because you're in different worlds sometimes, you're in different mind spaces, you've had different experiences. Like I so sorry, I want to go back. I don't want to lose you, but
I'm not lost.
It's like it's like when you're you know when you're growing older, and you think, you know, like when guys say, oh, this is millennials, and then, you know, like the Gen Z and then Gen Alpha, and I'm like, I feel like we should always be in a room together, because you're all learning from, like, what's happening in one generation is so different from what's happening in another generation. But it doesn't mean that we should be apart. Like you keep on like bouncing off each other.
True.
You learn from me, from my past experiences, or from my current experiences, which are probably different from what you're experiencing, but it's good to know. So anyway, back to your story.
But
and the high level thing
is actually what just happened here is why you need to call people, because you see, in my mind I was like, I don't like this high level thing, Nini, and you shared a different perspective, and now we're like, oh, actually, and amen, that's where I'm headed.
But not headed, you're already there. So.
Hey, amen. God open doors for me. But sometimes sometimes you can try all the things you know to do. You can even, like, I remember that day I called you, I was walking, but as I'm walking, I'm like, actually, the more I walk, the more my mind is even running faster. It's like more blood is going into into facilitating my crash out. So I was like, hey, let me stand somewhere. And now I call you. So I called you, explained the situation, and then I explained what my fears were. And I remember my call to action was, do you know any books I can read? Do you have any videos I can watch? Do you have anything that can just, you know, elevate me to kind of like be able to convene and, you know, commune with these guys who I perceived to be higher than me. And of course, there are people I really respect and I really honor. And I just feel like sometimes and I felt at that time, it's as if I was unworthy to be in such close proximity with them, and spend so much time with them. So I was just like, I feel like there's something I need to do to earn presence. You understand?
Okay,
like to earn this thing that, and I remember what you've told me is also what you told me that day, that these people have invited you because they see that you're valuable. And because I also shared a bit of the itinerary, and you are like, the reason they're inviting you into such close quarters is because they like you and they want to spend time with you. They want to know the real you, the way you are today. And I felt so affirmed. And I was like, actually, yeah, like, because you asked me, what is it about now them that I really like? So I remember telling you what I like about, you know, so and so. And you're like, see, it has nothing to do with, you know, performance or anything. It's like who they are as a person and how they present.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, actually. And yeah, you're like, and if what you are is, you know, you're Christian, present that Christian. I remember.
Oh, I just knew that.
Because I was like, you know, and if it's like, if you're really into the faith, then that's the vibe you know, you bring. And people are more receptive when they see it's coming from your heart, like it's legit and authentic. So I wanted to also like just share that in regards to sometimes when you're feeling like I need to have positive thoughts, but if the positive thoughts are not positive, aziko, they're not. The positivity is not positiving, you know. Just accept that it is not in your vicinity at that time, and outsource it. Look for someone who you know who can pour in their positive thoughts about you into your mind. So for me, that time moving forward, it was your voice in my mind that I was replaying whenever I got that feeling. Or when something happens and I'm like, I don't know how, I'm like, remember that people, you know, it wasn't my voice that was in my head. It's like I had downloaded what you said. So it's also an ode to people to cultivate relationships, friendships, and don't just be the person who like doesn't have anyone and you think it's okay, because one time it will your mind will fail you.
But you know, let me tell you, I like how you're able to seek out that support.
Yeah.
Like you're able to, in that moment, think that, oh, you know what? Why am I dealing with this alone? Like let me for me. And I'm sure there are like an audience of yours that's probably like me.
Yeah.
I'm those people who now like get into my head.
Yeah.
And I'm like trying to like, okay, so it starts with the thoughts for, can I do this? Can I do this? And I have to soothe myself into, actually, I can do this.
Yeah.
They reach out to me because like I'm giving myself all those reasons. And in my mind, it does not occur that I can actually call someone to encourage me or to like give me, you know, sort of a different perspective in that moment. So I get caught in that situation where I'll just sit and I'm like, wow, this has just happened. Yeah. So I process it on my own and I go through like a whole, I mean, it could be something that's happening in 10 minutes, but it's a lot. And you know, like for you to be like, okay, this has happened. Call mom.
Actually, as it's happening, I'm just thinking, I need to call this person too.
Yeah. And most of the time, I will reach out to you, for instance, in post, like this has happened. This is what happened. So I'm telling you a story. Hey, you know, like this person reached out to me, or I had this like engagement, and this is how I dealt with it. But it was a lot, you know. And you sometimes, I'm sure, you usually wonder like, why didn't you?
Hey, Kwanza, let me tell you what I wonder most is sometimes there's times where you're in the thick of something and you share, but you share weirdly. And not weird, girl, I love you. But you share differently. Like you'll tell me, but I'm like, so are you asking me to do so? I mean, like, it's not clear where the other person helps you. I feel like you don't have the vocabulary to ask for help sometimes.
100%, yes.
So you can say, but the way you present it is like, it's hard, but it's my hard. And I got it. And you know what? I have a dream like Martin Luther King. And I'm like, do you, babes? Because I don't think... I think maybe you should like ask so and so. You're like, but you know, let me just figure it out. Like, for instance, after getting to a point where like you ask people for physical things, I'm like, ask, like, I'm going to pay. Like, you know, like, I feel like we come from such different schools of thought. And I also feel like it's training. Like, I feel like for me, since I've never lived in a life where I've never had help. For me, I see help, you know, like, I see, as mommy says, there's like for someone to help me. Yeah, I see that you can come in my life. And mom says, there's like a song that says, sisi ni watu wa kusaidiwa. And mommy sings that about me a lot. But me ni mtu wa kusaidiwa, by the way. I'm actually going to ask you for help. And even like when I call you to be like, Kai, I need your help. And then now I go into the story. So that by the time you're listening to the story, your antennas are on. Or I'm like, I need counsel. Or I'm feeling this way and I need a soundboard. Or I've had a really long day and I feel like I need to talk to someone. So you know Q is wewe ndio huyo mtu, like. So I feel like ever since I came into the world, you were there to help me. Mom was there to help me. Dad was there to help me. Till this day, Dad's like, Mana Korea, like Mana Korea, like
the child eaten.
Oh, sorry,
Has
the child done this? Don't need this child. I even think that day when I bought the gunia in the market, I think he was low-key shocked. You remember?
Like,
Because I feel like naturally I look for opportunities. Where I fall short, I'm very quick to see if I fall short. And I'm like, when I meet people, I'm also quick to see their strengths. And for me, I don't see it as isolated. I see this is a strength for us. You know, we are
to benefit from this strength, all of us. I see connection. So for me, I see, okay, so for you, maybe you see from the support point of, for me, I hear what you do and I hear how you can, help. And then I store it in my mind. Then one day when you tell me something, I'll be like, wait a minute, I know someone who can do this. So for me, it's more of connection. But when it comes to like asking for that help, my God, it's like, as by the time I'm asking for help, just know.
By the way,
just
umengangana. But Ebu help me understand why. Like and I know I'm prying, but what is it about it? Is it that it never was there? Is it because you had to figure it out? I don't know, because I'm like, you have access. You have the relationship. You have the information. Ask for help. Like, you have access. So you know the person. You know the person has, or what I'm asking is, how does it not click?
So I think for me, maybe it's, I want to seek the help at the point where I really need it. Like I also don't want to seem like maybe I'm using someone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like sometimes I just want to genuinely connect with people. Like I just want to connect with you. I don't want someone to feel that I'm connecting with you. I know where it came from, but it's okay.
But you'll tell me on the side. Okay.
And it's not even
put a pin on it.
I think it's just growing up. I want people to feel loved or needed, not because of what they can do for you, but because of who they are.
Yeah.
Actually, I can say it. So it's, I think, how we've been raised. Of course, everything has been provided, but sometimes you look at the background of our folks, and you can see that in their families, they are the providers, or they are they're the caregivers, or what's another word that I can use for them? They're the ones who are doing things for people, so people expect things of them. So I think for me, it's from observation, not because anything happened to me per se, but it's from observing how they relate to like their siblings, how they relate to the people around them. So every time someone is coming, like I remember, like when people call like that, was like, hey, I need money for this, and you know, and I could see that maybe he's struggling even on his end to like just make ends meet, or to like just struggle. I mean, like in life, even like where we are today, you know, I mean, you have your family, but of course there's other people who are expecting things from you. So you feel like people are coming to you because of what you can do for them, not because of who you are. So the only reason this person is calling me today is because I can, you know, like give them this money for this, or I can give them access to a job. All right. So for me, I think from that observation, I was like, and actually, I think it's the main observation was like that. I was just like,
and he even says, this one wants to reap where they've not sown.
So in my mind, and even now later in life, I've had friends who like maybe they're doing well in life. And when you interact with them, they just say, you know, all these people just want to, they're just coming to me because of this, because I have this and I have that. And it happened when I was young, this observation. And so in my head, I was like, you know what? The reason I connect with people, I connect with them because I want to connect with them. I want to connect with you because you're Clara. I'm not connecting with you because Clara works for 1, 2, 3, or Clara earns, or Clara does. So I think when it comes to now the help, it's like, okay, so if, even let's say something like money, I'm like, unless I really need that money, and then I'll now come and explain to you. And also, it's very few people that I can do that. Anyway. But I get God, you. Please help me not to be in a position where I have to ask anyone. But say it, if it comes, I need to be at a point where I've really tried all avenues and they failed. And then I'm like, this is my last resort. Like, I really need that. I think that's how, that's, you know, like from my young age, I think that's how this has manifested now into, I don't think it's a good thing, by the way, in a way, because I really like go through all these things, you know, like on my own. So I guess it's something like learning how to just let go of those things that I have, you know, like believed before, that I think humans are here to actually be there for each other. And in some circumstances, even those people who are asking, it's not because they want to like ask or beg. They're doing it because that's just what life has served them, and it's just the situation. I mean, I think for me it was more of like, I want to be a better person.
And you know what, love? I don't think there's a wrong or right way. I don't think it's a bad thing. But of course, in proper fashion, I'm like, that's why God puts people who ask around you. So I'm like, oh, but I'll be the one to be like, oh, I feel like this person needs this, or I feel like this is what's happening. Mom is a pro at that. She'll call and sense, and she's like, have you talked to your sister? I don't think she's you know.
Okay. Go see her. Or go see her. Needs this. Or
I'm like, okay, I've tried calling. She's like, go see her, go physically, go see, or go do this. I feel that that is how you are, and it's okay. I think it's not harmful. I think when you are in that point, you ask. But eventually, I think also the relationships you've established and the way you're open with people. Me, I know you struggle to ask for help. So me, I ask. I'm the one who, I'm like, by the way, I feel like we need this. I feel like this is happening. or I try and push you to ask. I'm like, ask, you know. But I also feel like sometimes when perceptions are interesting, because for me, how I perceive love is acts of service. I perceive love that way. So that is also how I give it. So for me, I look for opportunities to help people. So even in my friendships, like when I hear, oh, there's something, I'm like, oh, can I do this? Or can I, like if you're moving, I'm like, can I come help you move? So I feel like I look for opportunities to also help, because that's also how I'm expressing to you that I love you. Like when I see that you're doing something, I'll buy, I'll do. I feel like I'm a doer. Yeah. And I'm like, I want you to feel my love tangibly. Like, I want you to see me, feel me, hear me. And I think sometimes when it's reciprocated, it is healthy. But now you see, if someone is always take, and it's not give, take, I think that's different. But well, what a segue into family dynamics. But as a parting shot, what's one small shift in regards to the mind and the body that someone can start applying today? Just something small, and it can improve their inner lives. Take it away.
What small thing can someone apply? I think for me is openness to feedback. Like just being open to it's good to ask those around you what they think even of you. And of course you don't have to take everything in, but it's good to see how am I living with the people around me? Like, what do they think of this? You know, like I think we do that a lot. And that's how you improve. Like, you can't improve if you don't know yourself. Yes, I know you can be self-aware in your own space and alone, but I think also hearing how others perceive you, like really, I don't know, like it's so good in personal development. You can't develop yourself without understanding how other people perceive you, or even how you make them feel. And there's different ways of doing that. Maybe we'll get into that in a different session. But I think that's being open to feedback. And not taking, like sometimes you're given feedback and you're like, nani amekuuliza?
Me actually, kitambo I used to feel like feedback is like a physical, I feel physical pain anyway.
You're like, who's asked you? What's this unsolicited advice? But I've come to appreciate it, honestly. It's really, I feel like it has modeled me. Like, if you've seen any change in me, just know it's from the feedback I've gotten around me.
Hey, thank you so much for sharing that, because that's also a tip I learned. I think over the years, I used to be so, criticism used to break me. Like, even just a hint of negative feedback would break me. But with time and practice and also support, I think I'm learning how to take it and be like, okay, as for me, my parting shot is, please subscribe, like, share, and of course, tune in to these conversations. It has been such a wonderful time with you. We pray that you have a great week full of self-awareness. We hope that you have positive thoughts this week, and you share those positive thoughts with the people who are around you. Bye.